everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect Podcast Show. My name is Paul Virzi, and you guys are listening to episode 539. Hope everybody's doing well in between shows. I am back here doing the podcast from my home studio here in New York. Yeah, man, I had a fucking tooth extracted, and man, I think they fucked up. So they got to go back in there. Brutal. But anyway, I am home, and I am giving you episode 539. So I want to thank everybody for increasing the numbers of TVE. I want to thank everybody for spreading the word. Old school subscribers, new subscribers. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The Virzi Effect podcast can be listened to anywhere you get your podcasts. It can be seen on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, all that stuff. So thank you guys so much. Want to start the show today by, I was going to do this whatever, at the end of the episode. But dude, I got to tell you, man, a lot of people that I know, women that I know, people are just crying all day. People are really upset about what has happened here with yet another shooting. And I don't want to start the show on a downer because I'm a comedian, but I got to be honest with you, man. Like, I was sitting home last night and I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking about the amount of young children who lost their lives going to school, putting on a backpack and telling their mom and dad that they're reading a book. And then next thing you know, they're laying in a classroom dead. And I have children, and I'm sure a lot of people listening to this have children. And I obviously, people say, well, what's the answer, Paul? What's the answer, Paul? Look, I don't know what the answer is, but I know adjustments need to be made. Okay. That much I know. I know that this is not working. I know that I don't care. This is not political. I don't care where you stand politically. And if you make this political, you're a stupid motherfucker. Okay. So if anything that you hear about this doesn't really fit with like your narrative, and that's how fucking dumb you are, rather than understanding that people are losing their lives, if you care about that more than what it's going to look like for your political argument, then you're fucking part of the problem. You're the reason that shit's not getting done, because people have a fucking narrative and they care. Nobody knows the answer. I don't know the answer, but I know this isn't working. Somebody sent me something. This happened once with children in England or London in the UK years ago. And they did something. They made a change. I don't know exactly what they did. They changed the law. They did something with background check, guns, and it has not happened again. Okay. After Sandy Hook, after fucking how many other countless times, how many times you got to see a parent crying, showing a picture of their fucking baby dead? Seriously, how many times does that need to happen in order for somebody to be like, maybe we can make an adjustment, a fucking adjustment, do something? You know what I mean? Just something. Try something. Pass some fucking law. Do something. All these senators, nobody's, because it's not their fucking kid laying there. That's why. Okay. So, and if you guys listen to the show, you guys know I don't have a political I have no dog in the fight. I look at logic. I look what I think is right, and I look what I think is wrong. And that's it. But, this is just not working, man. And to have other countries just not have this happen and just look at the United States of America, I believe United States of America is the greatest country as far as opportunity, as far as what you can do here, as far as, everything, all the liberties that we do have. But in order to be like great, you can't have this shit happen and not change it. I tweeted this yesterday. After 9/11, air travel has changed. Air travel has changed after 9/11, as it should have. Because we realized, right, that there were leaks in the system. There were holes in the system. So we changed it. Yes, it's more annoying. You got to take out your laptop, take off your shoes, do all the fucking thing that the TSA agents with power tell you to do. I get it. It's a little annoying. But you know what? We weren't doing that. And then that's what happened. So if you're going to make adjustments about a horrible act like that, which made a lot of sense, and now that we have this, probably, I think they did say it does prevent a lot. So if you're going to have that happen, then why are we watching babies in classrooms being killed and murdered and scared? Nobody even thinks about that. You got some guy like, think about what the fucking horror of that is. And no adjustments, nothing. Nobody's going to go in the room and be like, all right, man, we need to fucking do something. Nothing. Why? I don't get it, man. I really don't get it. But I will tell you, I was sitting up yesterday and I was really fucking annoyed. And I was really like upset about it because, you know, your kids ask you questions, man. Your kids ask you questions. What's going to happen? You don't think that's on their mind? They're scared. They're going to school. They're being told that they have to go to school. They're getting on their bus. They don't have any control. You know, the state tells them you got to go to school, but they're not protected. Fucking less U.S. soldiers died yesterday than fucking children. And teachers stepping up for them. It's like, what's going on here? And I don't mean that disrespectful to our soldiers, because if you guys listen to the show, you know I have the utmost respect for soldiers. But I'm saying, you know, these are fucking elementary school kids, man. And it's like, do something. Background checks with guns, mental fucking, you know, do something to make it more difficult. Some adjustment, something. It's literally like watching a football play and every single time it doesn't work and we're still calling the fucking play. You know, it's like, all right, sweep right. Sweep right. Well, no, they keep stopping it. They know it's coming. Sweep right. No, keeps, you know, we're going to lose yards. Sweep right. Sweep right. Sweep right. And it just keeps happening. So look, I just, you know, I didn't want to get crazy about this. I'm not trying to pick any, this is not a political thing here. This is logic, guys. This is logic. At some point, you have to step away from however you feel about guns, however you feel. You have to step away from that. And you have to, I have a gun. I'm a gun owner. I have a gun. Okay, that's something that I did. Okay. I have a lot of property. There's a lot of animals out here. You know what? I'm gone a lot. Like I want to protect my family. I have a gun. Okay. So I'm not against guns, but this shit, like something needs to be adjusted. So you got to step back and realize the amount of people that are being killed, especially children. And it keeps happening. And the rest of the world is looking at us like, what the fuck is happening? So, yeah, it's like you're just getting tired of like saying the same thing over and over again. So I'll leave it at that, man. I'm devastated for those families. I can't even, looking at the pictures of the children is brutal. And you know, there's nothing else to say, but got to talk to your kids and you got to talk to the school and make sure your school is doing the right thing and making sure your school is doing everything they can to protect your children and all this, man. Cause it's at a weird place. And yeah, enough. Just enough, man. It's like I'm sitting down, I'm relaxing last night, and I'm getting ready to go to Buffalo tomorrow, and I'm watching the Yankee game, and I just look at my phone casually, and I just start seeing the numbers and the shooting, and I'm just like, what? You know, I live 20 minutes from Sandy Hook, or 25 minutes. I'm in New York, but I'm in the east part of, you know, upstate New York or whatever. And no, I'm probably like 35 minutes from Newtown, but you know, we go out there sometimes and we eat, and it's a great place and good people. And like to just like have that happen again is fucking horrible. So it just comes a time where you just have to look and just go, all right, man, something needs to be, you got to do something, you know? So I just wanted to say that. And, I know it's hard to get funny after that and do a podcast after that, but I can't come on here and have all these people that I know crying, people calling schools, communities. I mean, if you don't have kids, you probably, it's a different perspective, I guess. But, I couldn't just come on the podcast and be, all those children killed, 2 teachers killed, another shooting, and just be like, hey guys, you ready for, like, I was like, I got to talk about this because I'm having feelings about it. I was tweeting about it all night and I'm pissed off. And you guys know that I usually don't do that. I usually take this, I have my own thoughts, I talk about it amongst my family and my circle, and I kind of just process it and that's it. But I really had to say something because, like, you can't keep doing, it's actually like, the way that they say, like, being crazy is like, thinking the same result, doing the same thing and thinking a different result's going to happen. Well, that's what's happening here. We're just, the same thing keeps happening here. Yet we're the United States of America and our kids are being killed in classrooms. And it's not something where somebody can go, yeah, Paul, but it's like an isolated incident. It's not an isolated incident. It's not. Look it up. Look how many fucking school shootings there's been. It's incredible. And another thing, the media needs to fucking stop showing the person's name. And the media can do different adjustments with their fucking coverage of it too. Because the media does, as much as they say, like, the media does glorify it in a certain way, in a certain way, not in a, but like, I think the media could make adjustments too. Because if these fucking lunatics knew that their name wasn't going to get out there and maybe, it wasn't going to be as glorified, like it would be swept under the fucking rug as far as them and their family and what they were doing and just some fucking lunatic. If the media said, yeah, some fucking lunatic we're not going to mention did something, maybe that, like, these people want, I don't know what these people fucking want, but the media needs to make adjustments and the United States government needs to make adjustments. And we need to really fucking start to change this shit. Okay. Cause this is fucked up, man. So anyway, moving on from that, I hope everybody is, I hope everybody is, doing okay with this shit. And that's the other thing too. Like, this is the last thing I'll say is that, like, if the women that I know and mothers in the community are crying and upset, that means, like, the nation is. That means, like, everyone across the nation is seeing that, shaking their head. Think about that. All over America, people are just going, man, that's terrible. That's a fucking broken nation, man. That's a broken thing. Like, we're all walking around hurting about this shit. Like, what is that saying? It keeps happening, And we're still lining up to watch that playoff game. It's just, it's, if you really look back and think about how fucked up it is, and things aren't changing, it's kind of lunacy. It's kind of sick, actually. All right. So anyway, on a positive note, on something really cool, I know that you guys loved the episode on TVE where I talked about the time traveler. Well, we have an update. We have an update of the time traveler. Now, we don't know if this is the same weekend, but somebody reached out, did see the person, confirmed the person's name, okay, and said some stuff. And I will read this to you, okay? I'm not going to give the person's name. I don't want to blow up her spot. We'll call her J, okay? We'll call her J. But this is what I got from this is what I got. Okay. What I get. Here we go. All right. This is what she said. Okay. Come on. Okay. Come on. Where is it? Okay. I was by myself and didn't say anything to anybody, but I didn't want to sound crazy. That guy was wild. It was the same guy. I said, wow, wondering if it's the same weekend. She said it was a Friday night. I saw Saturday. So I don't know if it's the same weekend because the months kind of match up. I was there alone waiting for my husband to meet me. And he went up to the bar, ordered a drink. Same thing he did when I was there. Okay, now this is 2 days in a row. Okay. I was staring at him because he looked crazy. So he said hello. We started chatting. I said, I saw him on a Saturday. She said, the strangest interaction I've ever had with anyone ever. And now I'm into it. I go, wow, I got to mention this on the pod. He told me he was a filmmaker. And before that, a blacksmith. Okay, same thing. I said, yes, filmmaker, told me too. I said, this is her. She said, I said, oh, didn't realize there were blacksmiths anymore. Where did you do that? He said he did it nearby, but seemed to not want to go further on. I said, wow, this is cool. I said, did he walk off? Did you see a car or anything? She said, no car, which I thought was weird. My husband texted me that he was running late, so I walked outside because the cigar lounges aren't my thing. I saw him talking to someone else, and then I swear to God, Paul, on 3 of my children, the same walking thing happened, and then he was gone, and he didn't get into a car. I started to tell my husband and then realized how crazy I sounded. So when I heard the pod, I was like, oh my God, no fucking way, or whatever. Told me his name. So I have been Googling like crazy and can't find the guy. Can't explain it, but so glad that somebody other than me has seen this person. And then she said she's going to go back and find him. So this person who said they're a filmmaker, who said that they were a blacksmith, who dressed from the 20s, who fucking walked 100 yards in 3 seconds, just fucking glitched his way up like you were watching a fucking video game problem or whatever. Somebody else saw him. Now, is this a time traveler? We don't know. Who knows? Okay. Is this, who knows what this is? Okay. But I can tell you this. If that was around the same time, however many months ago that was, that I was out there. So this could be the same weekend. I saw it on a Saturday. She saw it on a Friday. Maybe on weekends, this guy goes there. I don't know, but there's no car. It's only walking. It's weird walking. It's very vague with certain answers to questions. Like I said, she noticed that he didn't want to talk about the blacksmith thing. I noticed that when we asked certain questions or we talked, he tried to act like us. So like one time he cursed and it seemed like it was off. He like tried to talk like us with the curse word. Like it almost seemed like somebody from back then trying to talk of somebody now. Now, again, that could be his filmmaking thing. It was also like he was like making sure he talked about making old Westerns. Nobody has seen the guy. Nobody has seen his movies. So this is very interesting. The saga continues. Okay. I don't know. I don't know. I know some of you thinking, yeah, Paul, it's some fucking wacko doing this. Maybe after he talks to somebody, he starts to run real fast. I don't know. But I can tell you this. Somebody else saw him, which makes me feel good. Okay. Because they see what it was. And people keep coming up to me about this show saying it. And you guys know now it feels good because now it's not like, oh, I'm trying to make something up on the podcast. I wasn't trying to do an episode of TVE to make people go. No, it's like this shit it happened. The person's out there and somebody else saw it. Thank God somebody else saw it. You know, but it's pretty interesting, you know, and it's also weird. Here's the other thing too, man. Like it's like funny how you can't see the person go to a car. That's what we need to get confirmation that this is just somebody who's crazy, old school, whatever. I got to see the dude get into a car. I got to see the dude get into a car. Nobody's seeing that. Nobody has seen it. Nobody has seen the car. Nobody, everyone just sees this walking, this weird thing. Now I want to Google, do time travelers go to the same places? You know, do time travelers want to go to the same place? Do they want to check out the same cigar lounge? Do they want to go back to where they were from? You know, maybe this person is from there. I think he said he's from there. So maybe you go back, you know, you do some Marty McFly shit and you go back and forth to the future. You know, we didn't see his Doc Brown though, but we saw him. So thank you so much for that, for writing into that. And she was mentioning the name of the cigar place. She was mentioning all the same stuff. So this is all the same person. So there you have it, everybody. That's the update. Somebody else saw him, the same walking person. She swore to God. I believe it. It's taken months and months for somebody to see it or say they saw it or whatever. Or she said she's a new listener to TVE. Thank you, by the way, so much for listening to the show. But that's crazy. That's really crazy. What was my unacceptable? I got it for you. Here's my unacceptable for the week, everybody. I can't get mad because it was an add-on, but I got a tooth extracted up here. Don't know if you realize, but you can get a tooth extracted up here and it hurts all fucking here because there's nerves. There's a big nerve here, hits down here. Oh, and guess what? Sometimes I grind my teeth in my sleep without knowing it. So that's fun to wake up to. Getting a tooth pulled, there's all swelling, there's all fucking pain and red and shit. And then at night, without knowing it, you're grinding on that same side. Great to wake up to. It's incredible. So it's all affected here, but I noticed that the stitches were starting to come out early, very early. Stitches are supposed to stay there for 1 to 2 weeks. On day 3, my stitches started coming out. I call up, I say, I'm kind of in pain. Something's going on. I don't know if I got a dry socket, which is when the blood clot that's covering it and protecting it comes out. And then it's just exposed bone. But with the stitches coming out and I was in some pain, I didn't know what to do. So I call up, I'm like, I need to see a doctor. Doctor's like, all right, come in tomorrow at noon. Get there at noon. And I swear to God, every other time I went to this dentist, I was like, next. I gave my name. I filled out the paper. I'm done. Paul, I'm in 5-10 minutes tops. There was enough people in this. I swear to God, it was like a ride to go on a ride at Great Adventure. That's how many people. I could not. It was almost a comedy. I wanted to take my phone out and do an Instagram story, but I didn't want to make people feel uncomfortable because clearly there were so many people. Everybody would have saw me. Every chair was taken. They had to add chairs. There's people coming in the door. It was a comedy. I was like, how is this even? What is this? Okay, absolutely ridiculous. Okay, absolutely ridiculous. I was supposed to see the doctor and get the stitches removed at 12 noon. I did not walk in to see somebody until 20 after 1, sitting there in pain. Okay, and I don't know if I should say unacceptable because they added me late and they kept apologizing to me. But fuck, dude, when you're sitting there with pain, we've talked about this, the tooth pain. And by the way, I did not, somebody wrote in, what about your balls? And the reason why I don't put in your balls with pain is because as brutal as getting kicked in the balls is, and as brutal as if your nuts get hit, it hurts. It goes up to the stomach and then it's done. It hurts unbelievably, but then it's done. Even when they get kicked in there or hit there in boxing or the UFC, they get 5 minutes and then they could basically go back into battle, which tells you, yes, it's pain, but I'll take a quick pain over a tooth fucking throb any day of the week. You can kick my balls, punch my balls like a fucking speed bag. I will take that over a throbbing tooth, a disc issue in your back, knee, like constant pain, like with orthopedic shit. I will do that. So, but yeah, so that was my unacceptable. Sitting in a dentist's office with a tooth that was just pulled, stitches all over the place coming out of your mouth, in pain, waiting to see him, thinking I'm going to be in there at 10 afternoon, and I'm in there. I literally was like, all right, even if it's 12:20. I got in there and I swear to God, It was fucking 1:20 after 1 when I walked in there. And finally he comes in, he takes a look at it. He's like, he takes the stitches out, and then he just goes, "Oh, all right. Well, yeah, see, your gums are retracting back. I may have to go back in there in a couple of weeks. Take this rinse and do this and do that." And I was just like, all right, what about the pain? It's like, I'll prescribe you something. It was a nightmare, man. It was an absolute fucking nightmare. I don't even know what else to say other than I was sitting in the waiting room and I looked up at the sky, and then I looked at the TV in there and I go, yeah, this is top 10 worst days of my life. This is top 10 worst days of my life with the uncomfortable. Today is the first day I feel like I can talk a lot. Thank God, because I have to travel and work tomorrow, but I can talk a lot. I chewed better. I can eat, but, and there's another thing, before you get a tooth extracted, find out other options. Find out if they could drill under there, fix it, patch it up, whatever. I knew this tooth I was going to have problems with for years. So we decided to take it and pull it. But holy shit, man. Really watch out. Really fucking do your homework about that shit. I was all kinds of tests, all kinds of poking, and you know how I knew it was going to be a long fucking week? When they just keep injecting you with Novocaine. Or the guy, I'll give you a little more so you really don't feel anything. And it feels like you could saw your head in half and nobody will feel it. He just kept going in, and I was like, oh, I'm fucked. Now I got to get an implant up in here, whatever side I'm looking at the camera. So all fun stuff, everybody. All fun stuff. I tell my kids, take care of your teeth, man. Take care of your fucking teeth. Floss. If you're not flossing, you're fucking up, dude. And if you're not flossing and it looks like somebody shot you in the face when you do floss with all the blood, you got to floss. But anyway, let's talk about some fun stuff that's going on, everybody. Some really fun stuff that's going on. I'm going to be in a movie. I'm going to be in a movie coming out, maybe 2, that I'm about to film another one. And specials coming. I got the contract, was finito yesterday. The contract is done, and it'll be on a big one. That's what I'm being told. So much has gone on with that. When you guys finally hear the story about what happened, it's really going to sound like it's a lie. It's literally going to sound like, when you hear the whole story of what happened with my special, it's probably the most incredible story of any special ever about how this happened. I'm not joking. It's the dopest thing that's ever happened. And it's something that I'll tell my grandkids. It's insane how it happened and what happened. But the reason of the length of this, of all of this stuff, is because of the options, and then this coming in and then that coming in. It was really fucking amazing. So, I can tell you that. But speaking of movies, I just saw, did you guys watch the James Corden and Tom Cruise thing, where Tom Cruise took James Corden up in a couple of airplanes? First was like a 1944 like warplane, and then the other one was like a fighter jet, like Top Gun shit, and he flew it. Tom Cruise flew it. And James Corden was just in the back, shitting his pants. And it was a really fucking awesome clip. So I recommend watching it. I usually don't like watching shit like that. It was really fucking awesome. And I'm hearing that Top Gun is incredible. So I'm excited about that. It's always good when I'm hearing they did it. I'm hearing it's perfect. I'm hearing like, this is the one, because they're all not good after 30 years, after 20 years. Dumb and Dumber. I'm sorry. It was just not, I think they tried to make Anchorman again. It's okay. Like, it's like you're entertained, but like, to get it up there with the one, it's just fucking hard. And then people are like, no, we're going to make it its own. And then people already have. Like I said, keep it the same. I'm hearing it's dope. So I'm definitely going to check that out. And I will be not smoking or drinking in Buffalo. So hopefully eating some good food. People were giving me some recommendations, but I will be in Buffalo Thursday night, this Thursday, tomorrow, 26th. of May. I guess this podcast is coming out that time. So tonight, come out to Buffalo tonight. Helium, one show only, 8:00. That's it. The kid is in and out. Okay. Another place which unfortunately suffered tragic devastation because of a senseless act like a school shooting. But and I was on the radio station in Buffalo just telling them, I was like, look, I felt like a pig trying to plug shows in Buffalo. You know, it's a Thursday night, 8:00. I'm only doing one, want people to come out. And I felt weird advertising for it because this just happened. But then I turned it around and I'm like, no, you know what? I thought about it. I was like, let's laugh to keep from crying. I'm going to bring some joy out there. So come out there, you know, and that, you know, and that's just what it is. Cause if nothing else, and this is why I love my job so much, and this is why I love being a comedian so much, is if nothing else in this world, the one thing that will always be there and the one thing that will always be great in your life, whether you're happy, you could cry. I mean, whether you're happy, you could laugh. When you cry, you could turn it into a laugh. When you're sad, you can laugh. You ever just down and you feel like shit, nothing's going to make you better. And then somebody just says something or you see something and you start to smile and you start to laugh. That's the beauty of what we do. It's the beauty of my job. I love it so much. And if I can come out there and make somebody laugh, make somebody happy, you know, I love to do that. I would love to do that. So, you know, I know it's tough and it's a tough time and it's not long after that, but I will be there and I'll be really excited to be there. And I'm coming in just for one show. So if you want to see me, or if you know somebody in the Buffalo area or in and around the Buffalo area, reach out to them and let them know that Paulie V is coming in and I'm coming in fucking hot and I'm going to give them a show and I'm looking forward to it. June 3rd and 4th, Atlanta, coming back to Hotlanta, coming back to the diner, everybody. Tell your friends, okay? I'm coming into Atlanta hot. It's one of my favorite rooms. I'm working a bunch of new stuff and some stuff that's in the special. It's going to be a great time. So come out to Atlanta as well. And I hope that, you know, I hope that everybody's good. And I hope that everybody feels better after this shit. And I hope that we improve. We should improve. You know, you can't be the GOAT if there's holes in your game. So if you feel like we're the GOAT, like I do, we got to fix this problem. So that's it. That's all I have for today. I can't really talk too much because of my mouth. I have to travel. I have to be in Buffalo, so I have to rest up. But I just wanted to send that message today. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a quick TVE. Like I said, when I get back, all this shit gets cleared up, man. I'll be back in the studio with some guests. But I do appreciate you guys. I do love you guys. And all of this is because of you guys. And my YouTube channel growing that we just built during the pandemic is growing because of you guys. So thank you. Thank you. There's going to be TVE merch coming. T-shirts and hoodies are coming. We're just figuring all that stuff out now as far as finalizing it and the design. I'm also super picky and kind of a pain in the ass to work with. So I keep going back and saying, no, it's got to be like this. No, it's got to be like that. I'm even driving my wife crazy. She's like, print the fucking things already. Also check out my website for other upcoming dates where I'm going to be. San Diego, American Comedy Company coming out there June 30th through July 2nd. And there's some others. Michigan, I'm coming to Michigan. I'm coming to Zany's in Rosemont outside of Chicago. All that stuff on the website. So you can check that out. And there you go. Check out the Anything Better podcast with me and Bill Burr. Subscribe to that YouTube channel as well. And all the best, man. I hope everybody has a great week, great weekend. I love you. Take care.